Do you have some 21-inch deco mesh left over from previous project and it's just laying around? I have a wreath for you where we're going to use up some of that deco mesh. Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. This little munchkin is definitely my little helper because even if he's not on screen, he's somewhere by me helping me out in his own little way make the wreath. So let's get started, and Rocky, let's go make a beautiful folded ruffle spring summer floral wreath. Let's go over the supplies for this wreath. I have 2 leftover rolls of 21-inch deco mesh. If you are using 1 roll, you will need 1 full roll that is 10 yards or 360 inches. I'm estimating that each roll of this deco mesh is 5 yards in length. When it comes to my ribbon, both of these are 2.5 inches. This floral one is so pretty. I got both of these at Craft Outlet, but if you would like to see the list of all my supplies and where I purchased them, they're in the description box below. A pack of pipe cleaners, a 14-inch metal wreath form. This one is 14 inches in diameter and it has 7 sections. The sign that I'm going to be using is 11 by 11. It is just a very pretty welcome sign. In the back, you can see that this sign has a little jute cord to hang it. So we're going to add some pipe cleaners in order to attach to our wreath. To cut our deco mesh, I'm going to be using some tempered glass cutting boards and a wood burning tool. It doesn't matter what burning tool you have, as long as you have the tip that works best for you. I usually use the needle tip. It's time to attach our pipe cleaners. I'm going to be using 16 pipe cleaners for this wreath. You can adjust to either using 14 or 18. 14 would be the easiest because we have 7 sections, 2 pipe cleaners per section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 pipe cleaners in my first section. Then I'm going to do 2 or 3 sections, do another set of 3, and then 2 more. I'm using the 14-inch wreath form that is narrower between my rows. So I'm going to put my first pipe cleaner on rows 1 and 2, and I'm going to twist it towards the center on row 1 because while my sign is still on the bigger side, I want there to be a little bit of a zigzag going on. Speaking of zigzag, my second pipe cleaner is going to go on rows 3 and 4, and I'm going to tie this one towards the top. It is very rare for me to tie on row 4 because in a situation where we have a poofy piece of deco mesh, that deco mesh is going to be pushing against the wall on row 4. This way it's facing towards the top. It's still going to lift your wreath form up a little bit because it's poofy, but not as much. So that's why I do that. I'm going to move it just a little bit. Pipe cleaner number 3, and this one I twisted on row 1, and then we are going to zigzag 2 pipe cleaners, 1 on rows 3 and 4 and 1 on rows 1 and 2. I did a set of 3 on 2 sections. I had a set of 2. Next, I'm going to do a set of 3, and then the rest of them are going to be sets of 2. And at the end, we are going to have a total of 16 pipe cleaners. All my pipe cleaners are on. I have 8 on the inside, 8 on the outside. The nice thing about a number like 8 is we can do that east, west, north, south kind of deal and make sure that it's lined up beautifully on our cutting board. We can do that with our inner row, with the outer row, line them up and make sure that everything is centered. Mine just happened to kind of align nicely, but this does not have to be this precise because as you're putting on your little deco mesh pieces, they're going to move and adjust in the wreath itself. I'm going to get started with this stunning pink deco mesh. I'm going to be cutting my deco mesh into 20-inch strips. We are going to need a total of 16 pieces of deco mesh, 8 of the pink, 8 of the green, each piece being 20 inches in length. Before I start cutting my deco mesh, I'm going to make sure that I have a window that's opened right in front of me. Make sure you are doing this in a ventilated area. My friends, this is plastic we're cutting. I have my 20 inches and I'm just going to go from the top to the bottom. And yes, I have 2 glass pieces here, and that's because during my move, I lost one of the glass cutting boards and had to buy another one. But you know what? This is actually kind of nice because for 21-inch Deco mesh pieces, I can just go from top all the way to the bottom. And of course, I'm making sure that I'm going in between 2 rows. I'm just moving so you guys can see. But I'm cutting right in between 2 rows. It doesn't matter how crooked the Deco mesh is. Keep on cutting between 2 rows. That is what's going to seal that little edge in a little bit nicer. Rolling the piece up and putting it in a laundry basket. At this point, it's a repetitive process of cutting my Deco mesh, rolling it up, and putting it to the side. And of course, my pets are safely secured and eating right now because that's the only thing that took them away from the craft room. Same thing with this green Deco mesh. It is so stunning, my friends. I can't even tell you. The color on this is beautiful. These gold little strands, so stunning. Measuring off another 20 inches and off I go, cutting this beautiful Deco mesh. And let's get started on attaching our Deco mesh to our wreath base. Everything is cut up and ready to go. Since we have 2 colors and we have 2 rows of pipe cleaner, we're going to have one of the colors that's going to be a little bit towards the inside and the other towards the outside. My front door is black, so I decided that the pink being on the outside might be a better idea. So the green is going to be on the inside, pink on the outside. Before I get started, I'm going to refer to the factory edge, which is the edge on both sides of our Deco mesh. It usually has a few strands that are bunched up on the edge. And of course, the cut edge is this edge. That's the edge that we actually cut. I'm going to open up my piece of Deco mesh and fold it factory edge to factory edge, lining up that Deco mesh. To make it easier on myself, when I get towards the end, I'm going to grab a little clamp, clothespin, whatever you have on hand, and clamp it. Once I have it clamped about 4 inches from the edge, I'm going to put the whole piece of Deco mesh vertically. And then it's time to bring everything together. We're going to curl the end about 1 inch like we do in all our ruffle methods. That's just to prevent the fraying. Since our Deco mesh is rolling in, this part is very easy. And just like any ruffle method, we are going to bring it in right in the center. Doing this part on a cutting mat is always a great idea because it's so much easier to find your center and bring the whole thing together. Now we're going to get rid of the clamp and curl the other side. It will naturally curl in beautifully for us. And this end, you just pop it in and bring the whole thing together. This is why this method is called folded ruffle. This ruffle has the smooth end. That is where we folded the ruffle, and we have the end with the factory edges. What we're going to do is for the inner row only, we're going to make sure that the ruffle side is facing towards the outside. This is going to give such beauty to the wreath because those ruffles are going to stand out. It's going to be gorgeous. If you would like, you can definitely do all the smooth edges facing the outside, but I really love the way that factory edge stands out and the ruffles play in the air. I think it's so pretty. Alrighty, let's do the pink one. Same thing. We are going to do factory edge to factory edge. Bring everything together, and a few inches from the top, I usually do about 4. We are going to clamp it, put it vertically. Let's go down to the end, fold everything in about 1 inch to maybe 1.5 inches. Go to our cutting mat. We can see where our center is and start bringing that ruffle together like you would bring any other ruffle together. Take the clamp off. Make sure we have the edges folded at the end also. Pop that in. And so now we have the smooth end and the factory edge end. For this wreath, I always make sure that the smooth end is on the outside row, because if this wreath snags on anything, you want that smooth end to be there. Let's do a twist or two, and then we're going to bring in another green one. Factory edge to factory edge. It is not that hard. It makes for a beautiful poofy wreath. And if you have some 21-inch Deco mesh left over, you can do this using one roll of 21-inch Deco mesh. You can do this using 2 or even 3. You're zigzagging them along and everything will balance out. If you're doing this using 3 colors of Deco mesh, you are either going to need 18 pipe cleaners or you're going to need 15 pipe cleaners, because you do want to make sure that all your colors are balanced out nicely. Since we are going towards the inner row again, we are going to make sure that this factory edge is facing the outside. Look how gorgeous these folded ruffles are, and this is only 3. I'm going to go ahead and attach the remaining folded ruffles. All of my Deco mesh is on. Now I can play around. Maybe I want to pull up some tails, lay it out like you want to have it laid out. And then the next step after this is going to be to decide which row you want your ribbon on. Maybe you want it on both rows, but because we have ribbon bundles that would be way too close, I think we should pick a row. I decided to pick the outer row because our sign is quite large, and I think the outer row will definitely do a good job of covering anything that needs to be covered, especially that we're using 2.5-inch ribbon. But even if I used 1.5-inch ribbon, I think it would have been fine. I'm just twisting up my pipe cleaner 1.5 inches, fold the pipe cleaner piece in half, and then fold it back. And of course, I'll just be doing it to the green Deco mesh. If I were to use the same Deco mesh, the same color throughout the wreath, I would definitely be more careful when I'm cutting my pipe cleaners to make sure that I'm cutting only the inner row. Starting with my yellow ribbon, I absolutely love this ribbon. It has just a tiny bit of shimmer, but it's not really glam. I'm going to be cutting it into 12-inch strips, and I'm going to need 8 pieces of this yellow ribbon. To cut my ribbon, I'm going to fold the ends in half, cut out a little triangle, and we're going to make dovetails as we're cutting up our ribbon. Next, I have my pretty floral ribbon, and as I said, we are going to be doing 8 pieces of this ribbon also at 12 inches each. Zigzag up, just like our yellow ribbon. I'm going to fold both ends in half and cut out little triangles. That way we have beautiful dovetails by the time we're done cutting up all our ribbon. The ribbon is all cut up and I'm ready to make my little ribbon bundles. I'm just going to be crisscrossing these, not a big deal. We crisscrossed it, we gathered it right in the center, and now I'm attaching. If you have the yellow one facing this way, have the rest of them do the same thing. This is just going to make the wreath look nicer. Twisting the pipe cleaner up about 1.5 inches from the connection, fold and fold back. Right now I'm not going to open it because we still have to do the sign. Next, same thing. I'm going to put the yellow one facing that way and the floral facing this way. Bring it all together and attach it to my next pipe cleaner. That way when I lay everything out, it's going to look symmetrical, it's going to look beautiful, it's just going to balance out really nicely. I will finish attaching all the ribbon bundles and then we are going to get ready to attach the sign. Our wreath is starting to look really nice with the added ribbon. Now it's time to add the sign. It's going to go right in the center. For a sign like this, you either want 4 connections with the pipe cleaner or 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. The top is very important to make sure you have balance, to make sure it's holding nicely so it's not drooping down. And at the bottom, just to hold it in place, that 1 is going to be more than enough, but you can definitely do 2 if you would like. First, I'm going to take this piece of jute cord out. I have my 3 pipe cleaners, fold in half, and here I make something I called a little seat. So I want a flat little area in the middle. Grab some hot glue. We're going to give a little line right in the center, put our pipe cleaner on. Then I'm going to grab some pieces of felt, and these are all maybe 2/3 of an inch by 1.5 inch. They can be as big or small as you would like. Make lines of hot glue from top to bottom, the length of my piece of felt. Put the felt right on top, and I'm telling you, this is just all going to melt together, and it's going to give you a nice attachment. I have all 3 pipe cleaners on, and now we're ready to attach to our wreath. I feel like this is the most important part because you want to make sure that it's nicely centered. The ribbon is not in the way because it's on the outer row. We're going to bring it in, of course, a little bit more later, but right now it is nicely laid out, and now I'm simply going to attach. I think the sign is beautifully centered. Find the top and do a little flip. And then I'm going to attach our jute cord, the same jute cord that was attached to the sign. 1 knot usually is more than enough on the thicker jute cord. Pull it through the front, and we're ready to hang it. If you want to cover the back, you can definitely do that. One of the bonuses of using the nicer wreath forms is that the intersection right here have those soft bends on the wire, meaning it's not sticking out like the Dollar Tree wreath forms do. Therefore, I don't feel like I need to do anything to the back since I'm not gifting this, donating it. Let's flip. Now that the back is taken care of, we are ready to start opening up our ribbon. Look how beautiful this is going to be. The way I'm opening my ribbon bundles is the tails that are going towards the center of the wreath are going to get folded just a little bit, and the tails that are going out are going to go straight. Sometimes I'll bring it in a little bit because this is what's going to kind of pop out of the wreath, and look how beautiful this flower turns out to be. All right, my friends, I think we are all done with this gorgeous wreath. I love the fact that in this wreath we can see our deco mesh beautifully. You can see both the pink, the green, the little gold that's sticking out here and there throughout the deco mesh, and our beautiful ribbon. Everything stands out, but at the same time it looks so impressive and beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. For more wreath tutorials like this, and of course different types of styles and wreath bases, check out my video section, and there's just so many to see there, and pretty much every holiday you can think of. As for Rocky and I, we're going to say thank you so much, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.